Do you still remember a while back, Microsoft has released a ChatGPT with enterprise data samples on GitHub? It looks like this, and we've talked about it in my previous video. Now, recently, Microsoft has released another one called Chat with Your Data Solution Accelerator. On this blog post by Gia Mondragon, it's briefly explained what that is and what that is not. And there is also a comparison chart on when we should be using the old repo, which is ChatGPT with enterprise data with Azure OpenAI, and when do we use this solution accelerator, this blog post repo. And it says this sample should be used by developers when the RAG pattern implementation provided by Azure are not able to satisfy business requirement. And if we move down, it also shows you a sample what it actually looks like. Looks like it's being built on a Streamlit, just like our Chat with GPT app we built in my previous videos. This one had more ingest data options. Other than dropping the files, looks like you can also add URLs, which we could try with a SharePoint. So let's try this repo on the GitHub, Chat with the Data Solution Accelerator, and see what can we gain from this new repository. Let's have a look at supported file type here. Out of the box, you can upload the following file type. So this is talking about the first option that you upload files. With a URL, we don't know what sort of data it can ingest. So let's just get started by deploying it. This type of Microsoft repo is all wrapped up as a solution, so super easy to use. All you need to do is make sure you have Azure subscription and you have OpenAI subscription approved. You need to have an embedding model deployed. This deployment template defaults to GPT-3.5 Turbo and text embedding 8003. And if your deployment names are different, update them in the deployment process. And all you need to do is click on deploy. So let's follow this guide and try it ourselves. So we already have an Azure subscription that is enabled for OpenAI. And the first thing we're going to do is go to the OpenAI Studio and create two models. We're going to deploy a model for 3.5 Turbo and another embedding models. Let's start by logging on to Azure OpenAI Studio. Since we don't have anything, we'll click on Create a Resource. This is going to take you to Azure. Make sure you select your subscription that has OpenAI enabled. We're going to create a new resource group. Let's call it ChatGPT Demo. We'll select East US region always as the safest. So we'll call it instance ChatGPT, just lowercase demo. Pricing tier, we're gonna go standard and then go create. Click on create again. Took about 30 seconds. Now let's click on go to resource. Open Azure OpenAI Studio. And let's go to deployment. So we will create two models. First one is the 3.5 Turbo. I will use the same name. Go create. And we'll do the same thing for the ADA model. Create deployment. Select ADA 002. Use the same model name. And go create. And now we have two OpenAI models created. One for the embedding and one for the large language model. That is the prerequisite. We got two models ready. I haven't done this previously. So let's see whether we get any errors. So to get started, just click on Deploy to Azure. Here is the custom deployment we're going to fill up. So look at these missing field with red stars. It says you need to add the following fields: the resource group, prefix, Azure OpenAI resource, OpenAI key, and orchestra strategy. Use Azure OpenAI functions or LangChain for messages orchestration. If we are using a new model, select OpenAI functions for LangChain. If we are using the old model, select LangChain. So let's pick up our resource group. Resource prefix, I guess it doesn't matter for our, just says, it's called SOL. OpenAI resource will be the name of the resource. Because we use the same name, I'm just going to copy that one. And next is the key. We'll select our model, GPT 3.5. There's no key here, so let's open in Playground. So this is only the old way that I know. Let's go to View Code. So this is the endpoint for our GPT 3.5, and here is a key you can copy and paste our key. For the orchestration strategy, we're gonna select LangChain because it says for an older version of 0301. If we switch back to our model here, you can see it's the old version 0301. Now let's click on Review and then Create. And this will create our custom deployment with all the templates from this solution. Click on Create one more time. So we got error after the deployment failed, and if we go through this list, looks like everything is finished except this SOL website. App services. It says website with a given name, SOL website already existed. Click here for details. Website with a given name already existed. Looking at the documentation, it says to navigate the admin site, you can go to this URL, and then you will have to navigate to the actual web app to use it. So it looks like this website, it might be actually external public website. So let's go to our app services to have a look at the error. So this is the website admin. The actual website to use it has not been created. Okay, so let's see whether we can load this website. Looks like it is. So this is to do the configuration. That is same as this one. And now to use it, this front end is just that with your prefix. So ours didn't get created because it had a conflict. So what's a conflict? What is this? Somebody using this? Oh God, it is a public website. Oops. So we have identified our problem. I don't know how to just redeploy these app services without redeploy the whole template. So I'm gonna delete this. You choose a different prefix for the resource and do the deployment one more time. Okay, so back our custom deployment with the same template one more time. This time I just use a different prefix. And let's go create. It has succeeded this time. You can see I'm actually using a different resource group name and different prefix. So if we go to deployment details, looks like this time it's all okay. both the website and the admin for the configuration are now ready. Let's open the resource. This is the front-end website. Click on that. And this one is the admin where you can do your configurations. So this is the admin website, and you can see it's being built with a Streamlit. Under the ingest data, this is where you feed the data, and then once it's been processed, you're gonna go to the front end, which is a familiar Azure web app interface. You can start chatting. Now let's try this file first. We're gonna pick let's pick a PDF. This Apple file, and one document has been uploaded. Embedded computing progress. Please note this is blah 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 blah. And you can see reprocess all documents in Azure storage account. That means the data we've been uploading here is gonna go straight to the Azure storage account, and that's where the storage is. And the next, we can try the URL as well. But looks like this is, you can only ingest a public available website, because if we try to put the SharePoint in, that requires authentications. Just a quick update that by end of December 2023, the deployment has been simplified. Now, when you do the one-click deployment, the only thing you need to provide is the resource group, the prefix, and orchestration strategy. So you don't need to do all the API keys anymore. You don't need to do a lot of stuff compared to my previous screenshot. So let's click on deploy to Azure, and we can see what the template look like. So select our resource group, I'm gonna do the same prefix. Now, as you can see, the stuff that requires you to prefill has become very minimal. You got our GPT name right. You do not even need to provide API key anymore because it's probably reading from your models. Just need to pick the orchestration strategy, and so much easier. It also has a system message here. Your AI assistants that help people find information. So this is just a very basic system message. You can change here and just go create. That's it. It's really simplified now. Now, to get to your front end, you just need to come to your resource groups and scroll down to the resources. So just now we were at the website admin. Now we want to go to the website. That is your front end. So open that and you will see your URL on the right. And we just need to click on it. And just be aware, first time when you run this, it might take some time to load. And because I ran it before, it just boot up straight away. So let's ask a question here. Say, hi, tell me about Apple's financial result last quarter. It's not really the last quarter because I've uploaded Q1 2023. But let's see. Okay, so Apple's financial result last quarter showed a decrease of total net sales of 5% or 6.8 billion. Now, let's say, please list the key financial metrics in bullet points. See whether it will do it. And it didn't. Okay, but I won't spend too much time in this because we've gone through this in the past in other videos. Just be aware in your backend, this admin website, when you upload a file, which might take a little bit a little bit while because it's gonna be uploaded to your Azure storage account, then get processed. The embeddings will be created, blah blah blah. It might not, if you go to your front end too fast, you might not get the result. That's all I'm saying. One thing to make sure you get that is come to the Explore Data. You should be able to see the file you upload here, and you can see the chunks, right? So these are the chunking. So you know the data is there, and you know it will work. And also with this new update in the GitHub repository, I realized this configuration, whether you choose LangChain or OpenAI, it always defaults to OpenAI during the template deployment. So I came here to select LangChain, and I selected this safe configuration, so it stayed in LangChain. Okay. Now, let's try the public website. So based on the repository description, we can index a public web page. The ability to ground a model using both data and public web pages. Okay, there's not much talk about how it works, but we assume it's pretty simple. So let's try it. Just a public website. The website we're going to use is Cornell's arXiv site, famous research paper site. And let's go to our backend, which is this one. Under the ingest data, we'll paste our website here. And it is already selected our model. You can't change that, and I'll go process. Now I assume this is going to take quite a while as well. It's a large website, and if I come to explore data here, I'm not sure whether you can see that. Okay, we can't. This is just your files. This is just your files. Oh, actually, when you move to the root folder, it started chunking the arXiv website, aixiv.org. What? It might work. It probably haven't ingested or processed all the information and create embeddings, but there will be enough for it to for us to test it and ask a few basic questions, right? Like yourself. So let's go to our front end. Not sure whether we need to refresh it, but just ask, what do you know about .org? Oops, misspelling, but that's okay. Okay, we got our result back. So arXiv.org is a free distribution services and open access archive for nearly 2.4 million scholar articles in various fields. Great. Let's ask, can you list the top 10 most influential papers in biomedicine in the last 10 years? That is, not sure whether it's able to dig that deep within probably a couple minutes. The provided content does not contain. Okay, so it was not able to, but it gives you some references. And if you click on that, it has gone to the wrong. This is our Apple document, so it's gone to the wrong place. What about this citation? Okay, that is quoting from the website. Let's try something else. Can you TLDR the most recent 10 papers published on the website in AI. Let's see whether they give us anything meaningful. But just be aware, because this website is huge, it has a lot of data, so it might not process all of it. Probably haven't. Here are the summary of 10 recent papers published on the website in the field of AI. Number one, improved GAN-based approach for imaging processing transform. Oh, this one looks legit. Please note that these summaries are briefing. Right. So let's see whether we can find these articles on the actual website. Let's pick this one. How about this? Deep Learning for Autonomous Driving. And it's the title. So please consider where you paste this content. So this looks like a bit of data safety privacy feature from this app. That's good. Go to the Cornell's website and let's do a search here. Go search Deep Learning for Autonomous Driving. No, this article doesn't exist. Try another one. Transform-based chatbot. Come to the website and do all field. Maybe I'm not doing it right. I don't really know how to use this website. No, you can't find it. It does not look like a very good example. I wouldn't say the app is hallucinating because without me ingesting this website at all, if you ask questions, they will not give you anything back. So it's definitely getting this information back from the ARXIV website. Maybe I just don't know how to use it. Let's try something else. So let's go to this paid website and copy that. Usually it might let you to browse a couple of articles for free. So what we're going to do is we're going to try a different website, paste it here, just go process and ingest. We're going to ask the app to list a couple articles and then we'll pick one and ask to give us TLD of the actual article as well, because usually you won't be able to read it because it's a paid website. So let's go to our app, the front end. Let's ask, tell me what's trending on AFR website homepage today. Okay. Are we gonna get anything? There's no information. Maybe let me refresh it. And let's ask again. Tell me what's happening in Australia today based on the information from AFR website, which we just ingested. But again, it takes time. So let's go to explore data, and if you go up level, our homepage, this is the XIV website. Yeah, it looks like we have not got anything about AFR yet. Oh, it did. Financial review is here. Maybe something just coming up. So let's explore this again. Yep, looks like data is getting loaded. Try election. Yeah, New South Wales. Definitely the data is processed. Now let's go to our front line. Here we go. Latest news about Australia. Right. So it is processing and you can access the information. Now let's try the first article, say of this one. Right. So you can see we can't read it. Subscribers only. Let's try the power of AI. Can you tell the article titled into bullet points? Try that again. Whatever information you come back with, it's better than nothing, because if you just go to this website, all you can read is like 50 words. Now let's see. There's a lot at stake and many opportunities for the change and the progress. Which is not here, so it's just definitely reading some contents that we can't see, because that's not the word. Let's just prompt a bit further. Prompt a bit further, so go away. Can you summarize the article? And can we get a bit more? Not much. Summarized article into 100 words. Now if you come back with 100 words, then we know it's either hallucinating or is actually have access to the content. So the year in politics has been filled with challenges and disruptions. As we move forward, there's a sense of urgency to seize the opportunity for change and progress. The stakes are high and our actions have the power to shape our future. It goes all the way to, now more than ever, we must work together to build a better society and address the pressing issues that affect us all. That looks like a complete summary, and if we compare the article, the Parliament wound up for 2023, Peter Dutton, blah blah blah, and ever since. Okay, so none of these words appeared in the summarization we just prompted the app to do. So it looks like it does have the ability to access the file. Today we had a quick look at Chat with Your Data Solution Accelerator, another excellent Microsoft repository regarding the RAG with OpenAI. Now what is this for? Microsoft has actually published quite a few repositories that does different things but similar, starting from the built-in AI features from the Azure AI Studio. Then we had a ChatGPT with enterprise data, which most of you have seen about 6 months ago. Now we have this Chat with Your Data Solution Accelerator. So in this helpful chart, it just tells you what is used for. For example, the one we look at today is end-to-end baseline RAG pattern sample that uses Azure AI as a retriever. And the first one we looked at a couple months back is a RAG pattern demo that uses AI search as a retriever. Now what does that mean? What's the difference? I'm going to make a video for each of this solution in the coming up videos, and just to explore a bit more, including the first one, which I made a video in the past 6 months ago, but it's been a while and there must be some update coming to it. So I want to do it again. So this is the ChatGPT with enterprise data, that the very first one that came out, and that give us that format of this very nice chat with your data interface. With today's demo, we had a different, I guess a different app, because it's being done by the Streamlit web app. I don't believe the first one, when I did a video 6 months ago, was done by Streamlit, but now maybe it's now. That's why I want to explore this, make a new video on this. It also has citation, but today's demo, we also have the ability to ingest a public website. Now, is it useful? You have to assess your own requirement and just work out a combined strategy. What really do you need to achieve, and what technology or method you're going to use to implement. So I hope you enjoyed the video. We will see you again, and hopefully I will go through these 4 different scenarios one by one, and we can compare the differences and similarities. Anyway, thank you for watching, and see you next time.